For, and also we have in the studio Mohammed Goulet, aka Simba, the former deputy governor of Isiolo County. Gentlemen, welcome to Hot 96.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Mohammed, we were together last week in Loyangalani.
Yes, we were in Loyangalani and it was fantastic.
It was,
and you did very well as a master of ceremony. I can attest to that.
I was emceeing Loyangalani, bro.
Yes.
Where is that, man?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Loyangalani is right on the shores of Lake Turkana on the Marsabit countryside.
Wow.
And by the way,
the other side of town.
by the way,
Yes.
Lake Turkana is 80% inside Marsabit County.
Wow.
You know, you always think of Turkana.
Yeah,
Lake Turkana,
yeah.
Turkana.
Correct.
80% is in Turkana County.
Wow.
You've never seen.
That thing,
Oh,
yeah.
Have you
beautiful.
seen this island?
How did you get there? The usual.
This is the central
usual
island.
panicky
You know who lives in here, Mohammed?
There are crocodiles.
in Lake Turkana.
Look at this. Look
Yeah,
at this. Look
in
at
Lake
this.
Turkana.
Look at
One
this.
of the most amazing sights.
How do you get there?
Wow.
You go by boat.
By boat.
By boat, yeah.
Are there people living here?
No, there are no people living here. There are crocodiles, flamingos, and fish living side by side.
By the way, speaking of fish.
One of the most beautiful places in Kenya that you can go to.
My God. Speaking of fish, the best Nile perch you'll ever eat.
Really?
Best. And tilapia.
Man, you should be taking us along on this.
They're
trip, man.
finally putting together a factory in Marsabit County. The governor, yes, Mahmoud Muhammad Ali. They're finally putting a factory, fish factory.
Amazing.
Can you imagine the wealth of this country?
And what you didn't say, Jeff, is that it is the cradle of mankind.
The cradle of
That
mankind.
is where the first human skeletons were found.
Yes.
Wow. But you guys should actually be assisting the craziness that's coming out of Turkana.
I'm telling you.
You know the funny thing, Jeff, I was reading the other day.
You mean
is
the
that-
oil?
Yeah, I was reading the World Bank. Did you see that? There was a report that came. The World Bank and IMF said
Yeah.
Turkana is one of the most poverty-stricken places on earth. On earth.
No.
Now, let me ask you, as everybody is chasing cattle away, somebody said, but that poverty is self-inflicted because these guys are seated on top of oil.
Billions and billions of dollars.
Billions.
Yeah.
So why? I mean, are they poor? Is it?
No,
really
you know what's happening
poverty?
is that the president recently stopped the movement of the
Yep. Of the oil.
trucks that were to be taken to Mombasa. Simply because of security issues. But I want to I say I'm happy with the government that they do not use the strong arm of the law
Right.
to crush it. You know what will have happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
The perception will have been created.
Yeah.
The cask of oil
Yeah.
is here with us.
Like Nigeria.
Like
Yeah.
Nigeria. So,
Yeah.
but now very soberly and with wisdom, the government has decided just to take it cool, and now they are negotiating. I think they are going to reach a settlement today.
I hope so.
And allow the vehicles to start moving.
Excellent.
And a huge contingent of GSU was taken there yesterday to safeguard the livestock of the people there. So something good is happening.
Fanya Fujo Wone.
Those years back in the day. By the way, Jeff, where is Jalas today?
I was asking the same question for the first 15 minutes of the show, and then he showed up very ill, very under the weather. And Cynthia just told him, look, just go home and rest.
Madam Boss.
Yeah, so it's just you and Captain Koinange flying solo.
Let's tear the boat.
Okay.
Is it the boat or the plane you are flying this
Gentlemen,
morning?
a few hours ago,
Yes.
you guys were watching live the interview, Deputy President William Ruto. His first, actually since, I guess, the president announced the Tanga bite and also the lifestyle audit and all that. So it's been a while since we saw Deputy President William Ruto on TV.
Right.
Mohammed, let me ask you first. What did you think of the interview?
I found the interviews quite interesting. The deputy president made a few comments that actually took me a little bit by surprise. For example, when he gave that Kiswahili saying of mtoto maskini akikuwa tajiri, watu wanasema anaiba. Na mtoto mtajiri akikuwa mtajiri, watu wanasema amejifanyia kazi. That was loaded,
Very
in my
loaded.
view.
Very loaded.
Another thing that I saw him saying is that he's been elected as a deputy president to do these things. That statement also was being directed at somebody somewhere. So, in my view, the interview was saying much more than what was being said on the face value of it.
Absolutely.
And is it really reflecting on the division and the cracks within the ruling party? No, that is a matter of discussion.
Absolutely. Gabriel.
Well, I think, first of all, he came out as always, Swift guy. You remember we were being told the SGR is not Namatatu, my friend.
Hey.
But he played it very well. What I can say, he played it to the gallery. And actually many people came out believing the DP more than they did the interviewer.
Yeah. This man can sell sand to the Arabs.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Ice to the Eskimos.
I'm telling you. And what really got me is when he looked
into the camera.
Oh, Jeff, I know that one also got you. He said, man, this interview is saying, I have never. I mean, that's a very strong statement.
Yeah.
For somebody to come out, look in the lens of the camera and say what he said. I mean, then we have to ask ourselves, really, have we been actually just punching this man? Could there be an element of truth that all we do is just perpetuate rumors?
Yeah.
So I think we have a long way to go when somebody like that comes out and says, I am not afraid. In fact, I was the only one who supported the president by saying lifestyle audit, come baby, come.
It kind of reminded me of Bill Clinton one time when he said, I have never had sex with that woman.
And then
Monica Lewinsky. Remember?
And then 2 weeks later, I know.
Let's listen to the soundbite.
Analogy.
My friends, William Ruto has never, ever been involved in any form of corruption, either as Member of Parliament or today serving as Deputy President. And I give my pledge that I will not.
Gentlemen, your thoughts. I mean,
that's Jeff, that is serious in itself. So that tells us, what? The Deputy President has said, here is a clean slate, here is a clean platform. If you ever know anything that they did that was corrupt, come out and say it.
Hey.
It is strange, man.
No, my question, Mohammed, is...
Yeah, but what else do you expect, Jeff? I mean, would he say it in public that I am corrupt?
No.
You will not say that.
But could that come back to...
Of course, you can't prove it.
Could that come back to haunt him?
Of course.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. At some point, when people start now digging, I don't know what dimension this audit is taking, and whether it's ever even going to take place. We don't really know.
Correct.
In Kenya, I know we have really said these things before, and up to date. I think the interviewer, Martin Masai, Mark Masai, made a very interesting statement. He said, since when the time 100 and something a list of people have been brought to Parliament, to date we have not seen anybody taken to court at that level. I mean, the big fishes, where are they? That was the question he asked. We have seen the smaller people, the Kaburas and the like. But I don't think those are the people who stole the 9 billion, the 20 billion, the 95 billion that was mentioned in the newspapers. I don't even know whether those are also correct figures, but at least on the headlines we are seeing, every day now it has become almost a daily occurrence. We are seeing scandal after scandal. It's like somebody sitting somewhere feeding the media with this, information.
It's true, and then again, from a deputy, you see, we've all learned from this, Jeff. Rarely will you find big men stealing. They always use proxies. So when somebody is found out, the person who takes or bites the bullet is a proxy, and they are so okay with that, because how they look at it is, even if I'm jailed, which actually may not happen, I have a very good cushion. My bank is very well padded. Probably my stocks are very diversified. My real estate is doing well.
I can buy the best lawyers.
Not even that. Nowadays in Kenya, it's not about buying. It's actually going to the judge themselves. So, you know what? You meet at a petrol station somewhere you open up your trunk.
The DPP said the same thing. Just 2 days ago, the DPP, he said they are unable to fight this war on corruption simply because of the judges who are compromised.
Nordin Haji said that.
Yeah.
The man who's working day and night.
Imagine. And it hits you. I mean, Jeff, it's a very serious blow and a punch for somebody like the DPP to take. I mean, you are doing your best getting watertight cases, because that's what used to happen in the past. You could not get those watertight cases properly and present them to a judge. Somebody will walk free. But here the DPP has actually told you we have very good watertight cases. And then you present them to court. And guess what? The judge becomes compromised, as we are told. The guy walks free. Do you know what that does to the DPP?
Imagine.
It's very frustrating.
It's a slap
But
across the
Jeff, what
face.
I want to say is that I think the deputy president, to some extent, is right. He says, why are all these attentions being paid to him alone?
Yeah.
I mean, the audit started with him, and it seems to be ending with him. So somehow there's some, hypocrisy, I think, in this war.
Yeah.
The deputy president is just one individual.
Correct.
There are so many people in Kenya today
Who have stolen.
This thing should, the broom should just sweep
I agree.
everybody. I mean,
Please, sir.
yeah.
I
So,
agree.
gentlemen, is it safe to say that lifestyle audit will not happen? It's dead in the water.
Most probably.
Yeah, it's dead in the water, Gabriel.
I will agree with that verdict.
Yeah, but I'd like to see it happen.
No,
For this,
don't say you would like to.
For this simple
The
reason.
reality is it's not going to happen.
will really happen.
I agree. Because really, there's no, like somebody said, there's no framework per se. I mean, on how to go about it. I know we are seeing the accountants in the in government or the civil service. They've been told you take polygraph tests or lie detectors, but yet at the end of the day, then what happens? You see, Jeff, until we have a way where we are able to punish.
Yeah. Somebody was saying
Thieves.
the polygraph machines, somebody's going to procure them.
Who will conduct?
At 10 times the price.
Who will conduct our process? I mean, Jeff, this is. I always say
This is
so
Kenya.
convoluted.
You know what happens in Kenya? Is that anytime a new law or rule is brought,
Yes.
it becomes a source of income for somebody. You remember
Absolutely.
when the breathalyzers
Yes.
for the traffic were
Yes.
brought, the police were very happy. I mean, that was for them the best thing that
Mohammed.
could happen.
Mohammed.
Even if you have not drunk anything,
Yeah.
they will still tell you
What
your
a-
promille is high.
What about school buses? School
Yeah.
buses. Who got that contract to paint them all yellow?
Yeah,
Now they want all school kids to wear the same uniform.
Yeah.
exactly.
Who gets that contract?
Yeah.
But I think,
Somebody somewhere.
when it comes to schools, I think we have so much right now on our plate when it comes to school. Ambassador Amina, she's trying her best to bring sanity in that department.
It's too insane.
Yeah. So I think for the
Amazing.
time being, I mean,
What's happening in all this
thing,
burning down of dormitories?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was wondering. I just made a very funny comment last 2 days ago. I said, "Has this got to do with the mercury in the sugar?" I don't know. We have heard so much about mercury and sugar,
Yeah.
Jeff. Right now we are confused.
We're so
What is the
confused.
issue about the
But
sugar? Is it the mercury or is it the importation?
But
Exactly.
towards the exam, there's always, and you can never know.
Yeah.
You can never know, Jeff. It could be sabotage. Just the other day we were told that the kids burnt the dormitories because they were told not to watch the World Cup. Some are not prepared
Yeah.
for the exam.
there's something deeper.
I also think we have a lot to do with the transition of culture. I mean, you and I, when we were young, I don't know, I think I'm a bit older than you, or much older than you. But you could imagine children used to obey parents and teachers.
Yeah.
Today, my small kid, 9-year-old, will ask me, Jeff, where are you, Dad? I mean, what time are you arriving? So this is a transition.
Yeah.
And that transition brings a lot of stress with it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of these young people nowadays don't respect authority anymore.
No.
It doesn't.
But Jeff, there's some place I want to take you back, guys.
Go
This
on.
issue of lifestyle audit and do you know Kenyans have been known, Jeff, to carry crazy rumors, and we can live in those rumors and we start believing them, and yet nobody knows the truth. Jeff, let me ask you a question: how much would you have thought Biwott was worth?
Oh my God! Look, back then.
Yes.
Back then.
We carried crazy rumors.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought Biwott owned half of Kenya.
Yeah. Which is not true.
But when push came to shove,
Yeah.
I mean,
What was he worth in the end?
yeah,
I don't know. 1.7
No.
billion. Something
Yeah.
like that. That's what was
U.S.
Kenya shillings.
Kenya shillings.
No, that's not
No,
it.
I'm telling you the truth. Jeff, that is what we are told he's worth.
That's what was in the papers
problem.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the
And that
wheel.
is-
In the wheel.
that- yeah,
What about
that is
Australia
what-
and other places?
That is what was divided by
Yeah.
the family.
And one of the
He's a
daughters
state.
rejected it, huh?
Of course. But you see, the point I'm trying to make across here is that we can actually put somebody in a bubble and we think this man is one of the richest people on earth. Because I grew up believing, with all the rumors
But
perpetuated.
remember,
that Biwott
last night
was-
in the interview, the deputy president said, when he was asked how much are you worth, he said, compared to other people, I'm nothing.
Which
No,
didn't
they
say,
are-
which
they are
didn't
some
say
rich-
which-
they are some
which
rich
says
But
that
you know what? He
Kenya
didn't
men.
say
People
any. That's not saying anything. You know that.
Yeah, it doesn't say
That's
anything.
true. No.
But only suggests that they are very rich people in this country.
But by the way, Jeff, I mean, we cannot live like a country without systems of auditing an individual. I think that's wrong. That's actually sending a very bad picture. It's like saying, I cannot know what Jeff is worth. I mean, there are
ways.
There are ways. Come on. There are instruments.
Absolutely.
If I want to know, what does Jeff? What does
he
Jeff
make?
own? Yes, exactly.
As opposed to how much he's spending.
Exactly. It should be at the click of a button.
But Jeff, I think we should also not be too hard on ourselves. Corruption and issues of corruption is not unique to Kenya.
Yeah, true.
All over the world. I was watching a documentary about the background and the history of President Trump when his grandfather migrated from Germany to the US and how they made money is exactly what's happening in Kenya today. So this looks like everybody who has made money in this world, not only Kenya, has made it from government, one way or the other. People don't make money from the private sector. The private sector makes money from the government. So government is where people loot all over the world.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Absolutely.
So I think the only thing in Kenya is that what happens is that the justice system is a little bit not to standard to be able to bring these people to
Okay, gentlemen, let's take a break, come back and talk about the SGR. Do you see the story in the weekend paper?
Oh, yes.
How there's so much discrimination, mistreatment. And on top of that, we're paying them 1 billion shillings a month.
Imagine.
Where does this country get its money?
And man, only that,
Kenya is a very rich country.
That train, man, is staying with our lions and wildlife.
It's a hot Monday morning, folks. Stay tuned. Gabriel Muthuma Mohamed Goulet in the studio live. We'll be back in a moment.